everybody, and welcome back to another match here in Pod D. A lot of matches been rolling through, and we are joined by McLean, Denny. McLean, how we doing today? Oh, you are muted, my friend.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all right.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Doing good.
All right. Well, McLean, plenty of action from your pod that we'll get to see a little bit later on in proceedings, but we are still here in Pod D. Two amazing players today. We have Corey Harris, otherwise known as TVTyrant on MTGO, a gentleman who is responsible for a lot of the innovations to the Monogreen kind of oath pods deck called Tyrant Oath for short, Terrorwars and such. He will be playing today against Paulmaster, Pablo Marcos, and another. Well, apparently I did put in my little thing there. Cool enough. Those of you who can't see it on the screen, boy howdy, do I have a countdown going. All right. Well, here's Pablo Marcos here with the blue-white Dreadnought list. We're all familiar with it. There is nothing new about these. What has been your experience as a player playing against Dreadnought and seeing this deck? Give me the strong points.
Yeah, I feel like it can really attack at a lot of angles, even though it's a Dreadnought deck. It can beat you with just meddling mages, it can beat you with just counter spells, it can outvalue with gushes, and it can like drop a turn to 12/12. So
Yeah.
you kind of have to defend against everything, and also it can really mess with your game plan, especially Hermit Feb, which is a deck I play a lot. It has a lot of answers to various things decks are trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, the modes that you can play with this deck, Meddling Mage, we know is a great card, especially against a deck that is something like Corey's deck today on Tyrant Oath, where it is focused on a main card. A Meddling Mage on an Oath can be, well, that really sucks. As you said, a 12/12 on turn 2. I mean, not very fun. Just nothing more to say there. And then in the sideboard, you have even more answers. In a late matchup, you can go for a Brain Freeze plan. This matchup in particular, as long as there's no Oath or anything, an Armageddon seems to be rough. But I think the killer in this matchup is Pablo has 4 swords. He has 4 swords to plowshares. And for a deck that is like Corey's deck, truly some of the bigger threats are the Terrorwars, the 4 of them. 1-for-1ing on a Terrorwar might not be too hard to do. So I would think, before we go into Corey's deck, we'll talk about that, but that Pablo, I would assume, would be up a little bit in this matchup, but I'd be more than happy to be wrong. Is that kind of what your thought would be?
Yeah, I'm curious, because Terrorwar has the potential to be bigger than a Dreadnought, and then the swords would gain a lot of life, would gain Corey a lot of life. And
that's true.
Something like a sphere, a turn 1 sphere, can be pretty hard, I think, for this deck. But then the land destruction, I think, is not going to do much. So, yeah, I think blue-white's favored, but
yeah, it would feel that way. But looking over here at Tyrant's deck, Mr. Corey Harris, things that are big here, as you said, a turn 1 sphere resistance is honestly probably the best play that there is out of this deck, even more so than the turn 1 Oath. Like, Sphere blanks so much that they're trying to do, whether that's foil things, whether that's daze things, whether that's even just the Dreadnought combo. Now that is 4 mana instead of 2 mana. Gushing costs more. It's not free. So yeah, Sphere is definitely really important.
Yeah, and also the Mishras block Melee Mage pretty well. So
Mm-hmm.
although he doesn't actually have any answers to a Dreadnought besides maybe smokestacks, like he
Mm-hmm.
he at least I think is not super worried about the beatdown aspect of a Mishras. I mean, sorry, of a Melee Mage.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely a little weak to that. But
yeah,
can
no naturalized main deck can be tough,
be
maybe.
tough. But yeah, I think he has to. Um, as we mentioned in other videos and other matches, this is closed deck lists. These players did not know what they were playing against, so Corey would not have, unless he, big brained it, knowing to mulligan maybe harder into a more sphere port sort of hand. Um, that may come into play games 2 and 3 when he sees what he's playing against. Um, but without that information, it'll be interesting to see what he keeps. But unfortunately, technology hates us, and we don't get to see Corey's hand in this matchup. So me and McLean will have to use our big brains and put it all together. The sideboard, though, boy howdy, there are 4 naturalizes and 2 crumbles, which
Mhm.
can be problematic to the plan. What do you think about
Yeah,
this?
for sure.
The sideboard options for Corey here.
Yeah, definitely those six are coming in. I mean, call too could just be a nice threat if Oath is not as reliably triggering. Because yeah, there's only 8 creatures in the blue-white deck, so potentially call could come to really beat down, and then just removing the dreadnoughts with the 6 removal spells.
I don't think you are wrong. So we are going to go ahead and jump into the action here. Looks like Corey is on the play. Um, Looks like both players are
Yeah, it
keeping.
seems all right.
Yep, both players keeping 7 again. We do not have Corey's hand. He leads us off with Hickory Woodlot. Turn 1 incoming. Nice fancy island. So off to a booming start. Booming start here.
Yeah, yeah, no cantrips and no white, but otherwise a good hand, I'd say.
Oh well,
Ooh,
that's
there you
fancy.
go.
Um, Man, do you foil this? No, you don't. You just
Was
accept.
thinking about it, but
You're still down a land, I think is what he was thinking about. Oh, you drew the land, which is fortunate. But like, yeah, if you foil there, you're down cards. Plus, you're still down a land, so
mhm.
you still essentially got LD'd. Double port and a smokestack.
Hey,
But do you know what you can do to a smokestack? You can vision charm that if you really, really needed to just get it out of there, right? For at least a
yeah,
turn.
and then that causes. Does that would that cause Tyrant to
He's reading.
stack a
He's
permanent
he's
first?
thinking about it. He's not sure. But this is now an opening to land a Dreadnought. Okay, I want to see this
Yeah,
interaction. So he's gonna do this. He's gonna vision charm. No, not the ability. Not the ability. There it is. Phases out. All right. So Dreadnought on standby. Smokestack.
yeah,
Um,
and in this position, he doesn't even really. Well, I guess he does need to worry about the smokestack if he doesn't draw another land.
mhm. All right. So there's a factory. Guess we're sacking permanent here. Yep.
Yeah, and he didn't want a vision charm there. Oh yeah, port. Okay.
So swing in with the
Huh.
12-12.
So now if Corey puts another smokestacks counter on,
Well, so
oh, I
the
guess he vision
does
charms. his own
Does
Dreadnought.
that or does smokestack, like the ability goes on the stack, but if you phase it out with the ability on the stack, does it not recognize the counters as last known information? Is it 0 then? Because then on
Mm,
upkeep, once that's happening, he could, if it doesn't recognize the counters, vision charm it, phase it, and then he's good.
hmm
I
Yeah,
I
I'd
wish I
have
knew
a feeling
rules.
it would see the two counters. But if he vision charms his own Dreadnought, then he sacks just the island.
Yeah, I'm wondering though, but that doesn't necessarily stop because it'll phase
You,
back because it'll phase
hmm
back in on the untap. That's how phasing works.
Yep.
It
Yep.
still won't get around the smokestack because that's on upkeep.
Yeah, so it's just forcing Corey to sack two more permanents than he would have, I
Hmm.
guess.
I would be really interested if anyone, as you're watching this, knows does
Yeah.
Vision Charm recognize that it is still two on the smokestack if it gets phased out? That's a really interesting
Hmm.
interaction. I'm not sure about.
So he has zero permanents in play.
Yeah, this is
Not no.
nope,
Oh man, no lands either.
no lands. It is not looking great. Um,
Hmm
though Corey doesn't necessarily have great action, so I mean he definitely kept him down, but Blue White Dreadnought only needs. Oh, there's a sphere. Never mind.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
rough.
Yeah.
Well, uh,
Oh man.
give me a Terravore, give me a Manland, give me something. Like
Yeah,
he's
now it's a 4 mana combo instead of a 2 mana combo.
yeah, and he's got ports. Yeah, this if
Hmm
Paul were or if a Pablo were to come back, yeah, it's just this feels like a bloodbath. Never say never, but I don't know. Don't know what you do here.
Yeah, it definitely lined up the the play because Corey was on the play, right? I think. Or
No,
actually,
no.
who was
Pablo, I
no,
believe was that.
no,
No,
Paul was
Corey
on.
was Corey.
Pablo was on. I don't remember
I mean
actually.
neither. Because he did a turn. No,
He
Corey.
does have a fairly slow clock.
Corey must have been on the play because he did the turn to Thermal Karst off the
Yeah.
Hickory.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't agree with.
Oh, a
Oh
second
no, never
one.
mind. He has enough mana to do it. I'm like, I don't know about that. I thought he didn't leave himself enough mana to port on the upkeep. Though,
The Hickory has been pretty good. I've been impressed by Hickory.
yeah, was there no? So here's an interesting one. He could. No, he doesn't have another source. Never mind. I was gonna say he could vision charm the sphere of resistance end step to get it out, and then dreadnought, but he doesn't have like he'd have to have the stifle to make that work. Um,
Yeah. And he needs 2 mana for the
yeah.
just for the vision
Oh
charm.
no, you're 100% right. Okay, sphere of resistance, real good card. At least in this circumstance. Um, yeah, go ahead and find planes. Man,
Mm.
foil into the yard. Corey, really, sure, buddy. It costs one.
Yeah, he can daze and survive
Yeah,
or keep that.
yeah,
But
just keep it, but whatever, sure.
yeah, it really feels like there's like if Corey can kind of put enough tax and stacks pieces onto Pablo to kind of let him not be able to establish anything,
Mm-hmm.
then you can run away with it.
All right, well, that's an island.
Yeah.
Uh, treetop. Another treetop. I don't know if like you're in control. Okay, you want anywhere. What do you think about that? Like just taking a turn off on the double treetop and having double port just to get both the lands. I don't know if it matters.
Mm.
So what is coming?
Yeah, I think it's probably worth it just going for the kill. Um, yeah, so what is he bringing
So it
in?
looks like a couple disenchants. The other swords, or not the other swords yet. Did he bring in the Armageddons? He did not. He's taking out a foil. A
Yeah, he's not going to be wanting to discard too many lands, I
no.
guess. I feel like, though, Corey should take out his land destruction, even though it was good there. I have a feeling on the draw it's going to be less good.
I think you can. All right, we'll see. So it looks like some more removal came in. Um,
Hmm.
I would assume all the naturalizes and crumbles came in for Corey. Again, we unfortunately do not have his hand in sideboarding for this match. Good hand for Pablo here. Um, Meddling Mage setup
Yeah,
is really
this is
nice.
solid.
Swords for an early man land if that ever becomes an issue. Much better hand, like gushes into foils, and this is the kind of hand you want to see.
Yep.
Mox Diamond. Okay. Sylvan Library. That's an interesting one. So Corey will not run out of gas.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good here.
Now here's a question: Do you do metal? You do metal and mage. Do you name
Mhm.
oath or do you name like naturalize, knowing you have a dreadnought?
Yeah.
It looks like he names
I
oath.
think I name Oath. Yeah.
Okay.
He has the foil for naturalize right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then he has the swords for him, the Mishra. Oh,
There goes there goes the white source.
no more swords.
Um, Taking that much damage from Sylvan surprised me because that's like one hit territory from Dreadnought.
Hmm.
I mean, granted, things could be really good. You never know. I'm pretty sure you set up where you draw your stifle here next turn or on the upkeep. You play your lands. Um, I don't know. What do you think about instead of doing that? We'll see how we set it up, but I almost would have drawn the island first, just so you have it for your foil without having to gush, right?
Yeah, getting the island here.
Because now, if he wants to
Um,
foil something important, he has to gush into it, which sets him behind for his dreadnought next turn.
yeah, maybe he just doesn't. I guess a sphere would be something he'd probably want to foil. Um,
Scary Terry on the board. Well, maybe on the board. We'll see.
4/4.
It's a 4-4. 4-4 Terry.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, because now he can combo off with foil and gush back up, which seems pretty nice.
yep. Stifle feeling pretty good right there. All right, Terry, you are very small compared to the shrimp.
Yeah, and so he really just has right now crumble and naturalize. Oh,
Didn't find a piece of it. Corey moving on to game number 3 here. One apiece. Um, don't think there'll be much changing here. Um, I don't know. I'd kind of be in for the maybe the furnace, maybe um, the other swords. There's just the card is so actual threat like. Like I think I'd want to max out on swords, but
mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. Looks like
Does he only have 3 in right
he only
now?
has 3 of the
Probably.
4 in, and he did not bring in like
Okay.
last breaths or anything like that for. But I think it's last breath. It's power, not mana cost, right? I can't remember.
Correct. Yeah, I think it's only 2.
Okay, so
So
then that wouldn't work. Looks like
yeah.
Corey's going to be on the play. As we
Yeah, getting an early sphere or a early, even an early oath isn't the best because I feel like Pablo can just wait.
he's got the
But
meddling mage here. He's got his mana. The gush is awkward.
yeah, he doesn't. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
It is. He's got answers to all the significant things he could care about at the moment.
Yeah.
Keeps his 7. Or no,
There's
he's
more. Yeah.
going to 6. Putting back. Does he put back the divert? Really? Putting back the stifle surprises me a little bit. Stifle just seems much better than divert does in more scenarios.
If he thermocars here though, isn't could he divert?
I mean, he could divert it.
I actually don't know what divert does. It change the target spell with a single target,
I think unless that
unless
controller
that's.
pays like 1 or 2 or something like that.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, that would be pretty brutal.
it would.
Awkward here now though.
Mm-hmm. Um, Surprised at no port on upkeep. Did I just miss that? He had the port. I mean, Hickory Woodlot lets you just tap for a colorless, right? Or a regular mana, right? Or is it just the 2 mana?
I think you have to take the counter off.
Okay. That'll explain it a
Yeah,
little.
you have to.
Okay.
So you just thought it wasn't worth it,
Gotcha.
really.
Man, those gushes are feeling real awkward at the moment.
Yeah.
But that meddling mage is a brave wizard. He's getting in there.
Yeah, now he has daze and divert up.
Mm-hmm.
But now with an active Mishra, he can't really attack anymore.
I'm
Oh,
just so
that's right.
surprised he's not
Pretty pro.
porting like anything on his upkeep. He, that's weird. I wonder why.
Yeah. He's got a port now, I think. It could be that he wanted to keep. Oh, no, he didn't.
But like he didn't port Paul on Paul's end step, which was weird. I don't like. Yeah, I don't understand what's going. I don't know what's like. He just didn't port him on his end step.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
So we're gonna gush here. We have not found the piece we quite need. We will portent. There's the charm. If only it wasn't a slow trip, it would be so much better. But it's still good. Now he could
A little
play.
awkward having to have two lands after that,
Well, what
but
he's gonna do is he's gonna float to. Well, surprised he did that. He could have. I almost would have done like float to again, gush, find that, play my Dreadnought, and go. Like he had that opportunity.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's just worried about he has no protection for the Dreadnought right now.
That's true.
Okay, so he ported one thing.
All right. I mean, he's under no pressure, so he can just take his time right now.
Yeah. Now he has Counterspell. Doesn't have enough mana to combo with Counterspell up, though.
Um, that's the interesting part, though, is the Vision Charm, as you know, like lets you combo, get it out, and then untap into your counter spell, which is
Mm-hmm.
one of the awesome parts of Vision Charm and how that works.
Yeah.
But as you said, there's
Super
no
good against Oath, too.
exactly. There's no pressure right now. He's got great things. Um, yeah, I think he's in a fine position.
Yeah, and this Sylvan just kind of turned on Divert a little bit because now a Naturalize can be redirected to Sylvan, I think, right?
Yes. I mean, he's going to try and force, I assume, the activation of a factory. Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Which he will now. I maybe he doesn't care about the life, but maybe if some sort of exchange is going to take you, let him block, try and pump it, and then kill it. I don't know. I think the damage actually might work out the same. If I'm honest, I can't.
Yeah, I think if you let him block, then there's no damage, but without letting him block, you.
Oh, you cannot divert this crumble
Yeah.
though. Why?
But he has the counter spell, I think,
He has that.
doesn't he?
He has another crumble, but he has a
Oh, yes.
daze.
Oh, man.
That's rough.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Corey. That's just sometimes
Oof.
how the Dreadnought deck rolls. Um, yeah, can't do much about that. So the Big Shrimp Boy will be
Yeah.
getting in there next turn in theory. Um, Sylvan, dig, dig, dig for answers is the game plan. He must have found something he liked. There's a treetop. Though
Well, he's.
he's dead if he on upkeep, he found a naturalize, which is going to be diverted.
Well, he has the counter, I think, in the Gush draw. Oh, no, he doesn't.
Doing that.
Hmm.
So he's going to
Two
draw
mana.
two. He's got a disenchant. I can't remember what the rest of the divert says.
It's two. They have to pay 2 mana.
Okay, so never mind.
So right now he can pay for it. Yeah, that's a lot of islands that he drew.
That is a lot of islands. Um, yep, it is 2 mana. Okay, had just enough. Um, Sylvan Library did its work. Naturalize going to take care of that Dreadnought. Still left with a 2/2 beater.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ooh. All right.
Yeah, it's looking kind of good for Corey.
He needs to find a threat though to capitalize this a little bit.
Yeah, really no pressure. So
Yeah. There's a
Pablo
foil.
finds another Gush, or oh, foil's good.
Yeah, like that is one of the things without oath is like this the amount you have to cast to like put your threats out there is just a lot of mana,
Mm-hmm.
easily killable. The swords on a treetop really is unfortunate. Gaining a little life, but um, yeah, he needs to find a
Yeah, and
Terravore.
that's the second. That's the second swords, I think, right?
Yeah, yes. I'm not 100% sure. It might
Because
be.
he swords the Mishras. I
Yes,
know
yes, he
that,
did. So
but
that's correct. Well, this foil,
oh, and he has the full. Hmm.
I'm assuming divert. Divert is just getting more. Well, he keeps the divert. Fair enough. I'm just waiting for this divert to do something. Like that is my
I know.
only.
It was in his opening hand, I think, right?
It was. This Dreadnought.
Yeah. Right.
All right, we're at 9. That's another Sylvan. A card that can weasel you out of many situations. That's a stifle.
Ooh,
Now
that's
here's
nice.
an interesting point. You do this, you Dreadnought, you have
Oh,
another naturalized, then divert. I love you, Corey, but I want to
yeah.
see it. I really kind of want to see it. Like I just want to see it. Come
Well, he
on.
has 3 more naturalizes.
And he's been holding his mana open. He has to have that. He does. Oh
Oh
no,
no!
no! It's gonna feel so bad. No,
Oh
Corey.
gosh.
Ah, it's so bad. It hurts. It hurts the
Damn.
soul. Oh, okay. Well, that if there's a nail in the coffin part of the story, that might be it. Well, did he?
Hmm.
Here's another one.
Oh,
This match is
okay, okay.
silly. Good God.
All
All
right.
right, cool.
So 3 naturalizes and 2 crumbles
He can't swing with the
have been
meddling mage
cast.
now. Oh my
Yeah.
God. All right. This game is not over yet, folks. Boy, howdy. Okay. Corey, for the
He
love.
probably has like 1 or 2 oaths in his hand, I imagine.
Yeah. Okay, now we're.
Just unable to cast them.
Don't do it again. No! Why? Don't give up the 2 damage. You gave up. No, Corey. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the 2 damage matters that much. All right.
Yeah, he's probably pretty, because 1 more meddling mage maybe puts the game away, or almost puts it away if you name Terravor.
Okay, there's this.
You still have your manlands though.
Yeah. Okay, Sphere of Resistance coming down.
Yeah.
Um, he has a disenchant, which is helpful. Pablo just looking at his graveyard is like, how many more answers can you possibly have to what I am doing?
Yeah.
What answers do I have? Because he's down 2 dreadnoughts. He's got 2 more dreadnoughts. His meddling mage gets outclassed by the manlands.
Hmm.
Ah, you know, no, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't. Never mind, it doesn't work. I'm silly. All right, I was gonna say you can vision charm turning forests into like islands, but you can just make the treetop a creature in response. It's not gonna work. Okay.
Well,
Uh,
he could do at the end of Corey's turn,
does that carry over through the next
or
turn?
wait, no, it doesn't. It doesn't, right?
No, I don't think so. I wish it did
Is this
that.
say until end of? Yeah, it's just probably end of turn.
Yeah, that'd be such a better ability if it said that.
Yeah, it'd probably be way too good.
All right, there's a wasteland growing
Okay.
a Terry. All right, this is turning into a slog.
Mm-hmm.
All right, porting it up, taking care of the white sources. Still can't attack.
Yeah, and I wonder if he took out his smokestacks.
That's an interesting one. Okay,
Oh no, he did have one early.
he's going for the tapping.
Okay, So I'm assuming he has a Terravore and is going to go into his second main and cast it. Although he would need a land drop.
Uh,
Hmm.
so if there's no other world, he forgot he had Sphere out. He forgot he had
Hmm.
Sphere out.
Oh no.
Oh, Corey. That's
Fear.
you were absolutely like. There's no other reason to do that play outside of I can get a Terror out, and he just. I don't know if he needed to concede right there because he could still get a. He could still take a swing from the mage because he was at 4. I think that was maybe a concede tilt. Oh man, what a match! That last match,
That was really fun.
that was impressive. But guys, that was Corey Harris on Tyrant Oath versus Pablo Marcos Paulmasters on Dreadnought. I have been William Hurst with McLean Denny, and catch you in the next match, guys. Wonderful day.